Live from the studios at Brigham Young University, the award-winning 11 News at Noon starts now.
Avalanche danger. I'm Kashay Colvin, live in Park City. We'll tell you what dangers backcountry skiers need to be on the lookout for this week.
Facebook community unites. How one post helped local store owners recover their stolen ukuleles.
Sharing the road, there are many accidents involving motorcycles and cars every year. What Utah police are hoping will change to help keep riders safe. I'm McCall Mishler.
And I'm Fran Monroe. Welcome to 11 News at Noon. An early 911 call had emergency crews fighting a 4-hour alarm fire this morning.
And around 70 firefighters rushed to the scene to control the blaze. Flames and smoke poured from the basement of the Utah Film Center building around 3:30 this morning. Crews closed Main Street and tracks, but trains were able to begin operating again with minor delays. Firefighters don't know the cause of the fire yet, though there was a gas leak that could have contributed. The fire was quickly put out and there were no serious injuries. A wrong-way crash on I-80 ended with a fatality last night near the Kimball Junction. An eastbound SUV crossed over and struck a westbound SUV. The driver of the second vehicle died at the scene while the other was taken to Park City Medical. The accident closed the westbound side of the I-80 for several hours. Police say alcohol may have been a factor in the crash.
Authorities have charged a Payson woman with automobile homicide. She was involved in the crash earlier this month that killed an 8-year-old boy. 37-year-old Tabitha Magoon faces a second-degree felony in the death of Caden Silito after Magoon hit and killed Silito while he was riding his skateboard. Investigators found that Magoon was driving under the influence of methamphetamine during that accident. Magoon posted a $10,000 cash-only bail. Her initial hearing is set for today in the 4th District Court. Investigators in Meridian, Idaho are looking at a break-in over the weekend at the construction site of a temple for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Deputies say someone broke in the area over the weekend and used black spray paint to cover walls in racist symbols and anti-religious messages. Officials estimate at least $500 worth of damage.
A Spanish Fork music store was the victim of theft when 2 young men stole a couple of ukuleles. And with no leads, the store owners turned to the community for help. After calling the police, Daniel Booth posted security footage of the theft to Facebook. The results were fast and frequent as the page was flooded by posts and tips as to who the thieves might be. Booth says the police were hopeful the case would be open and shut, and they were right. 5 days later, after seeing the video on Facebook, a customer brought his nephew and the ukuleles back into the store.
We hope that they don't do it anymore, because eventually, if you're doing this as a young kid and you keep doing it as an adult, you end in jail. And we don't want to see that.
The Booths are not pressing charges, but the city is charging the boys with retail theft.
We may have the best snow on earth here in Utah, but that doesn't mean it's always the safest. 11 News reporter Kashay Colvin is live in Park City right now. Kashay, what makes this season's snow a little dangerous?
Well, already this afternoon, we have heard the boom of the avalanche patrol triggering avalanches to make sure that things are a little safer for those skiers that'll be out on the slopes later on today. They're saying that the changes we've had in weather and that recent snowfall means these avalanches are a little more likely to happen. Now, even with this chance of avalanches, Hardesty says that it's okay to be out on the slopes. You just have to be smart about it. Live in Park City, Kashay Colvin, 11 News.
Now, how much longer will people be able to go backcountry skiing safely?
Now, Hardesty doesn't have an exact timeline on what that's going to be, but he says that the avalanche forecasters send out updates every day online to let you know what those dangers are. Most likely, though, he says you'll still have a couple more weeks to take advantage of the best snow on earth.
Good to know. Thanks, Kashay.
The cold weather will soon be coming to an end, bringing more motorcyclists to the streets. Not wearing a helmet is normal for riders in Utah, and police officers say safety is a huge concern. 11 News reporter McKenna Flores found out how both drivers and riders can be safer on the road. Officers say it's important to put your phone in a place where it won't distract you so everyone can stay safe on the roads.
That's
That
great
is
tips.
important.
It is.
It's
Safety on the
scary
road.
how fast it can happen. When 11 News at Noon continues. Capitol shooting. We have the latest on the gunman and his history with the Capitol.
And student loans. I'm Kayla Fowler, live on BYU Campus. How one student says his loans have helped make him become a better student. Stay with us.
Police are charging a man in yesterday's lockdown at the Capitol. A volcano blast reroutes flights in Alaska, and spring snow covers roads in Nevada. Here's your look at news from across the nation. The suspect shot by police during the Capitol lockdown is in critical condition after surgery. The incident began when 66-year-old Larry Dawson set off the metal detectors at the Capitol's visitors' entrance. He is facing charges of assault with a deadly weapon and assaulting a police officer while armed. No officers were injured as events unfolded, but a female visitor suffered minor injuries after being hit by shrapnel. Police say that this isn't Dawson's first run-in at the Capitol. He faced charges last year when he burst into the House of Representatives claiming he was a prophet of God. Alaska is home to many volcanoes, 52 of them actually, but one of them threw up an unexpected roar over the weekend. Pavlov volcano is one of the more active ones, last erupting in November of 2014. It sent up another cloud of ash 37,000 feet high on Easter Sunday. This caused multiple flights to either change course or be canceled. Scientists say the plume is currently located far enough west of Anchorage it shouldn't affect the city, but the ash may land in the interior of the state. It is one of the biggest eruptions in Alaska's history and the largest since 2009. It may be spring on the calendar, but some Nevada residents are hesitant to bring out the shorts and flip-flops. Yesterday, more than 6 inches of snow fell in the city of Reno. The snow paralyzed the city as schools were canceled, and drivers spent most of the day battling slick roads and numerous accidents. And that's your look at news from across the nation. McCall?
Fall registration is starting this week along with getting loans for the upcoming semester. 11 News reporter Kayla Fowler is live on BYU campus. Kayla, why do students take out loans?
They help students pay for their education, and then they can reduce the stress of their cost of living by focusing on their education. Conrad says he knows the risks of student loans, but believes some situations are acceptable, and he will continue to help students with their financial decisions to help make their educational dreams a reality. Live on BYU campus, Kayla Fowler, 11 News.
So if I don't want to take out a loan, is there something else I can do?
Students can fill out their FAFSA forms and get a Pell Grant to help pay for their education.
Got it. Thanks, Kayla. All right, Chloe, so it's pretty dreary outside, and I don't like it at all.
Same. I woke up, took a look at that snow, wondering where spring went, but we're going to have how you call March in Utah. So we're going to take a look at our week that's coming up. We're going to get a little bit of everything, and we'll tell you how to prepare coming up on your weather next. Well, we kind of knew the winter storm was coming. We saw the writing on the wall as the temperatures continued to drop over this weekend, but when it hits, it's always a little bit of a shock when you are kind of getting ready for spring. Take a look outside. You can see the snow just covering. This is our Park City weather shot. They got a lot of snow over the weekend, and we will continue to get a little bit more here in Provo, about 38 degrees out right now. And the humidity is about 60% because we're going to see some on and off rain showers coming through the whole day. The wind up about 14 miles per hour. So that's the peak that you'll see today. So it is going to kind of fluctuate on and off with our rain as well. So just be aware that you could really get a little bit of anything. So you want to be wrapped up for the cold because it's going to come. And all throughout the state, you can see similar temperatures. Logan's getting snow today because they always have the higher temperatures. And moving down, we'll be getting some rain throughout our day and then possibly some snow overnight. St. George, they're not getting rain, but they are getting some very cloudy skies, probably a little bit gray down there. Got a little bit of sun, but it's kind of moving all throughout the state. Some cold temperatures. St. George is looking at 58, which is a little colder than they normally see. And our overnights, Logan's going to come up to 30 up there, and they're going to get some snow overnight and moving on for the next few days for them. Ours will get a little bit of snow tonight, and then it's going to move out, which will not be too bad, but our overnights are going to be pretty cold. And St. George dropping down to 39 tonight. So kind of a cold front moving all through Utah, so be aware of that. But for southern Utah, they're going to start the next few days with some clouds. But then, look, Wednesday they pop right back up to 61, and then throughout the rest of the weekend, their sun comes swooping in. They're going to be up to 79 on Saturday, almost up to the 80s. So probably they'll have a very nice weekend, lots of sun. We'll have a similar kind of pattern for us, but it will take a little longer for us to get up to those high temperatures. We're going to see some rain coming in tomorrow. Wednesday, it should probably kind of move out a little bit, and we'll get more clouds. And then Thursday kind of slowly warm up. You see it jumps up to 54. So then by the end of our weekend, we will have a little bit of sun and moving up to the 65. But our overnights, you can see, are still going to be pretty cold. We did get a lot of snow lately as well over the past few days. These are our snow totals just over the last 24 hours. Brighton's looking at 20 inches. Alta kind of down through Bryan Head, they all got kind of 16, 15, 17. Park City, as you saw, they got 15 inches. So it's great if you were planning on skiing this weekend, not so much if you were looking to hit up your spring plans, but we're kind of backtracking a little bit. But like I said, it's March, you know? There's really no rules in March. Anything can happen.
Unpredictable weather.
It can snow in the morning, and then you'll need your swimsuit by the afternoon. So you really just got to keep everything with you and be prepared.
Well, if it keeps snowing like this, it kind of seems like it should be basketball season, right? When the snow comes, isn't it basketball season?
Makes sense.
I'm
That's
fine
what
with
I was
that,
always
Skylar.
told, so I don't know. But, you know, luckily for BYU, their basketball season's still going, and they're in the hunt for a championship, even if it is just the NIT. So when 11 Sports comes back, game day in New York. The Cougs battle Valparaiso tonight in the Big Apple. We'll get you all ready for the big game. And farewell to Kobe. The Jazz hosted number 24 for the final time in Salt Lake last night. How did it go? Find out. Sports coming up next. Welcome back, Cougar fans. It's game day for the men's basketball team as they battle Valparaiso for a spot in the NIT championship game. The Cougs are coming off the gritty win over Creighton last week and looking to stun the number 1 seed Crusaders. Senior guard Kyle Collinsworth is back at full strength after battling the flu last week, and that alone is great news for BYU fans. The Crusaders are 29-6 this season and finished first in the Horizon League during the regular season. Valpo averages about 76 points a game and is ranked 31st in the nation in KenPom's overall rankings. Junior forward Alec Peters leads Valpo, averaging 18 points and 8 rebounds a game. The Cougs and Crusaders will tip at 5 o'clock tonight. On the other side of the bracket, former Mountain West foe San Diego State will take on George Washington. That game will tip once BYU and Valpo are done. The two winners will face off for the NIT championship Thursday at 5. The Batcats are headed back on the road this weekend after 12 straight home games. The Cougs are still ranked 24th in the nation and are tied with St. Mary's atop the West Coast Conference standings. BYU faces Portland Thursday and Friday at 7 o'clock and Saturday at noon. Believe it or not, the men's volleyball season is winding down, but the hunt for a conference championship is heating up. BYU, UCLA, and Stanford are all tied for first in the conference with 15-3 records and only 4 games left in the regular season. BYU travels to new number 1 UCLA this weekend. The Cougs have never won both games against the Bruins in Los Angeles. The men's rugby team is still undefeated and still ranked number 1 in the country after beating crosstown rival Utah Valley University over the weekend. The Cougs return to Southfield tonight for a matchup against San Diego State at 7. After tonight, the Cougs have 1 home game left, Friday night at 7 against the team up north. The Kobe Bryant farewell tour stopped in Salt Lake City last night, and Kobe probably isn't going to forget it anytime soon. On a night to celebrate one of the greatest of all time, Jazz guard Rodney Hood stole the show. He starts it off by nailing this three-pointer, and he was just getting started. Hood splashed the nets time and time again on his way to a 30-point first half on 8 of 9 shooting from three-point land. Watch the bench go crazy as he hits this one, and even the great Kobe Bryant has to smirk a little bit at Hood. Then here's Gordon Hayward driving down the lane, throwing down the slam, and one. The Jazz roll at home 123-75. It was the largest margin of victory in franchise history for Utah, and also Kobe's worst loss of his career. Guys, I grew up as a Utah Jazz fan, hating Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. That was the perfect way to send him out of Salt Lake. A huge win for the Jazz, and, well, good luck, Kobe, in retirement,
He's
right?
still a legend no matter what, right?
He definitely is.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Skylar. Still to come on 11 News at noon, Provo's birthday. There's nothing like celebrating the big 167. Find out how Provo plans to party in style. We'll be right back.
Time to break out the birthday cake and balloons. Provo is turning 167, and the community is throwing a party. 11 News reporter Bree Roday is here to tell us how Provo is celebrating the big 167. Bree, how'd this party get started?
Well, the mayor's office hosted this event last year for the first time, and it was so popular that they decided to do it again. The event started as a way to promote Provo Pride, and the fun is just getting started. Mayor John Curtis is showing off his dance moves and encouraging everyone to join in by displaying bright yellow balloons, going to a community event, or by hosting their own celebration.
Sometimes has this like very conservative, stodgy reputation, and so we've kind of wanted to, get out behind that box a little bit.
This week-long party wraps up with the Founders Day celebration at Provo Pioneer Village on Friday night. I actually tried to get the mayor to come down here to celebrate with us, but he's actually at one of 30 birthday parties that he's been invited to this week.
Popular
Who doesn't
guy.
have a birthday? Yeah. Party time.
Fun week to be the mayor. I think we should make a response video. I love their little video.
I just want
Let's make our own happy birthday Provo music video.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. I mean, I love this city.
We should run in the street, make our own video.
Yeah.
Find some parties.
And hey, if we have extra time, there's a block party, and Foreign Figures is releasing a new album on Friday, so there's plenty going on in Provo this week.
I love a good block party.
Music, balloons, that's all you need.
Oh, really?
I love that.
Wow, thanks, Bree. That's your 11 News at noon for Tuesday, March 29th.
For more information on our stories or to share them with your friends, check out our website at 11news.byu.edu.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. Happy birthday, Provo.